Happy Monday, home learners. I hope you guys had a great weekend and I hope you guys are ready to learn today, okay? Before we get started, I'm gonna let you guys know that there's a bell ringer that's posted, okay? I want you to do the bell ringer, okay? The bell ringer will go, the directions, okay? And then underneath would be the PowerPoint, and the third thing will be the bell ringer, okay? And the date, it will be titled December 14th bell ringer. Okay, Monday, December 14th bell ringer. Okay, it will look like this. Okay, directions: look at each painting below and decide which event the painting shows. Label them correctly. So here's the first one. Here's the second one. Okay, and then here's the answer. So you would put either 2 or 1 or 2 or 1 there. Okay, whichever one the image is. Okay. Okay, next we're gonna get started. Okay, so a little review. Okay, which list of events below is in order from the earliest to the latest. So this was on the form read on Friday. Okay, this is very important because you have a timeline. Okay, you won't need to know always like the dates and stuff like that, but you kind of need to know when this happened. Okay, because I saw like a lot of people. You guys weren't the only ones. Even if you got it right, great. If you didn't, that's okay. There was a lot of people that didn't get all these correct. Okay, because it was, see how it's labeled 1, and then for instance I'm on 13 right now, which is great. So like this is list 1 through 13 or 15 and 20. These are the list of events, like what was going on. Okay, so number 1 is the first one. Number 2 is the second one, okay? So just pay attention because that question, which list of events below and is in order from earliest to latest, that was on the formula. That's going to be on the unit test, okay? That's very important, okay? What does the word revolt mean, okay? For you guys, I can't remember what page it is, but mine is page 4. And this one right here, revolt, to fight back against someone, okay? I just saw a lot of people didn't get that one correct. If you guys did, that's great. That's amazing. If not, that's okay too. I just want to address that. It's very important because that's on the test too. Okay, was a group of colonists who had secret meetings. Okay, it's important to know this, and it's the Sons of Liberty. We talked about them earlier on, but it's very important to kind of know these people because we're going to learn more and more about who was the Sons of Liberty. Even on the test, there's going to ask like certain people if they're Patriots, Loyalists, or maybe Sons of Liberty, or maybe both, right? And so that's important too. That's going to be on the test. The test won't be for a while. I just want you to address this because it's important to know, and knowing when you're going to use it and everything like that. The test won't be probably a couple weeks after winter break, but I just wanted to let you guys know. But here we go, we're moving on. Okay, now go to page 15 in your packet. Okay, it'll look like this. Okay, and we're gonna actually do the who, what, where, when, why, and how. Okay, the first one, who? Colonists, right? The second one, what? A colonist dumped tea into the Boston Harbor. So that's what happened. What happened? Okay. Where? At Boston Harbor in Boston, Massachusetts. Okay. When? December 1773. Okay. Why? Had to pay certain taxes, mainly the Tea Act. So the Tea Act was the final straw. Okay, it makes sense because of the Boston Tea Party Tea Act, right? Okay, because if I had a question on the test where it says cause and effect, right? So the cause of the Boston Tea Party was the Tea Act, okay? So that's important to know because on the test you're gonna need to know cause and effects too. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys know right now. I'm gonna probably start sharing bell ringers with you guys because a lot of it will have the questions I ask on those. We'll have tests. Okay, test questions or like certain, maybe not worded word for word how the test is, but it's gonna be important information to know. Okay, and then how got into British ship and dumped tea into Boston Harbor. Who did? Colonists. What happened? Colonists dumped tea into the Boston Harbor. Where? At Boston Harbor in Boston, Massachusetts. When? December 1773. Why? Had to pay certain taxes. Mainly the Tea Act was the main cause of the Boston Tea Party. Okay. Got onto the ship, British ship, and dumped tea into the Boston Harbor. Okay, great. So I would write that down right there on page 15. Okay. Next, we're gonna be learning about intolerable acts today. Okay. The learning objective today is I can explain what intolerable acts were. Okay. Intolerable acts. In response of the Boston Tea Party, King George punished the colonists by enforcing several unfair laws in order to get them to behave. So this, after the Boston Tea Party, okay, the King George heard about it, okay? He wanted to punish the colonists by enforcing several unfair laws in order to get them to behave. This mainly happened in Boston, okay? Because this is where the trouble was, right? Boston Massacre, the Boston Tea Party, okay? So King George mainly forced this intolerable acts in Boston, okay? That was the main focus. But as we learn, other colonists from other colonies heard about this and felt like it was injustice or intolerable. Like they couldn't stand that the king was doing this, okay? So first off, we gotta learn what does intolerable mean, okay? So you can't stand for it any longer. So meaning like they couldn't stand for certain acts any longer or what the king was doing, okay? It was very unacceptable. They just couldn't stand for it, okay? So intolerable. It's too much, unacceptable, cannot stand for it any longer. So these are great times to pause it, okay? And if you're on page 17 in your packet, okay, as I get there, okay, you would write it right there, okay? These three lines right here, okay, perfect. Next, what kind of things do you think? What kind of things do you think are intolerable in your own life? Okay, so just take a guess. All right, if you said cheating, that's okay. Write that down. There could be different ones. So for me, it's cheating, lying, and stealing. Yeah, those are the three I have down. You don't have to put this down. That's up to you what you want to put down, which is okay. Okay, next. Go to page 18 in the packet, okay? So, but before that, we're going to watch this video, okay? This video is about 4 minutes long. It's going to talk about intolerable acts. It's going to name the acts. You don't have to know the acts, okay? The certain acts, there's like 5 of them. You don't have to know them. The reason I'm doing this is because in the future, you're going to learn more about the Boston Tea Party. It's just building blocks or making sure that you at least heard about it, okay? But the main focus is intolerable acts and like what the responses of the colonists and are doing with the king, because it's going to lead up to the war, okay? Then once you got to page, the colonists had a little bit too much. The colonists had a little. We're gonna go to the next slide, okay? So write 3 interesting facts on page 17 that you learned from the video, okay? So here's page 17. Just write 3 interesting facts you learned from the video. And then this is page 18. So then you go to page 18, okay? I had that slide a little bit too sooner. That is my fault, and I'll correct that. So then you go to page 18. So this is where you would want to write down the Tea Act was a British law that forced colonists to pay more on the British tea to buy the tea. This is a great time to pause the video, okay? And write this stuff down, okay? Boston Tea Party. The Boston Tea Party was when colonists dumped tea in the Boston Harbor, okay? I would write that down. And then intolerable acts. The intolerable acts were several unfair laws that the Keene forced on colonists to punish them for the Boston Tea Party, okay? That is this one right here, okay? Several unfair laws that the Keene forced the colonists to punish them for the Boston Tea Party, okay? After that, what is next? Go to the last page in the packet and find box number 9, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. There's 8, so 9, okay? 9 is an Intolerable Act. So you write down Intolerable Act, May through June 1774, okay? You would write that down like I did right here, okay? And it's okay to go out of the box a little bit. I have to write big sometimes too, so that's okay. Lastly, have an amazing Monday, okay? Just have an amazing Monday. I like cats and I like dogs, so I figured these are fun little photos. Just have an amazing Monday, okay? Before I do that, on page 18 again, pause this video, okay? Right there, okay? To at least get 1, 2, and 3 down, okay? This one we're gonna be doing on Tuesday, okay? This one right here. But make sure you get 1, 2, and 3 down, okay? Okay, pause the video if you have to, okay? One last thing again, just have an amazing Monday, okay? Hope to see you guys Wednesday. Yeah, just have a great day.